Today I'm going to show you how to rig your fly rod to go into the River Quiver just as is to keep everything nice and clean, or if you want a little added protection and security using our new Rig Wrap rod sleeves. So the easiest one is when you're fishing a single fly, just one fly. Super easy. The best way to do it in the River Quiver is to attach your fly to the hook keeper, pull the line out, wrap it around the reel and tighten up, and you have the fly secured. It's not going to snag on the rig wrap, and you have no extra slack here that's pulling that's going to push it back out of your River Quiver. So with a single fly, I can just slide on my rig wrap, slide down and just slide it right into the River Quiver. And because it's hooked securely, I'm not going to snag that fly at all. If your rod does not have a hook keeper, a lot of Orvis rods don't have hook keepers. Couple ways to go about it. Same idea. You can, if your fly is big enough, hook it to the back of your reel and tighten up. And then do the same, go around the reel seat just so you don't have that extra bump. And you have a nice, clean, secure orientation there. Or you can let out a little bit more leader, hook it up to your first stripping guide, and then come behind the reel foot with both the leader and the line. And everything is nice and clean and tight there. So it slides on. Nice and smooth, and then slides off cleanly without any catch points. All right, so if you are indicator nymphing and you have a bobber and multiple nymphs, you have to take an additional couple steps just to keep everything nice and tight. So what I'll do for a multi-fly rig is I'll hook my bottom fly on one of the guides in the butt section. I'll loosen up that line so I have some slack to pull the rig around the reel seat. So now everything is secured around the reel seat. And then again, just one more time, I'll wrap around the back of the reel to keep everything nice and clean in the quiver. Tighten my rig up, takes just a couple seconds. And then I can slide on my rig wrap rod sleeve. And in this iteration, because I have all my hooks in and tight, I shouldn't have any issues with snagging hooks inside the rig wrap rod sleeve. So I'm just gonna slide it on down. It goes nicely over the indicator, nicely over both flies. They're secured in the hook and comes all the way down to the cork. If you need to shorten up your rig wrap, you can simply fold it over itself and just pull it down. And with a little bit of play and adjustment, you can have no extra slack in the tip. So everything's nice and clean as you go to put it inside your River Quiver. You'll notice when everything's nice and tight and there's not anything hanging, you can slide the rig wrap on and off, and it's not going to catch on the hook and create any issues. So if you like to fish droppers off of tag ends, Euro style, multiple streamers, however it may be, and you're attaching your flies off tag ends, this does add a little bit of a layer of complexity. If you were to just clip it to the reel foot and reel up, that dropper fly is going to hang here. And regardless of what you do, hooks are designed to hook into things. So if you slide your rig wrap over the top, this dropper fly is likely going to get hooked. You have a couple different ways to solve that. If somehow conveniently there's a guide close by that you can put that hook on so it doesn't have a catch point, and I can just kind of adjust my rig a little bit, and then that's going to be nice and tight on the guide. That's not always going to line up cleanly. So another really easy solution to solve the problem with droppers and tag ends tangling on everything, like this one is doing for me right now, just carry around a few small pieces of foam or tape or plastic, and you can just take the little piece of foam, slide it over the hook point on your dropper fly so there's nothing to catch on. So now that we have our tag end dropper, either a small piece of foam on it or hooked securely to another guide, either of those two is perfectly adequate. We don't have to worry about snagging. So we can take our Rig Wrap rod sleeve, slide it over the entire rig so it's nice and secure while it's in the quiver or in the back of your car. And as we mess with it, no snagging, no hooks going through. The coating on the Rig Wrap rod sleeve reduces the chances that hooks puncture through the material, and also being a tighter weave, there's less porous space for those hooks to get stuck in as you're sliding it in and out. But any hook, because it's designed to poke into something and stick, can get stuck. So now I'm going to show you how to remove a hook from the Rig Wrap rod sleeve if by chance you accidentally get it hooked. Say I'm in a rush, not taking my time, and I didn't hook my fly securely to a guide or covered it anyway, and it's just free floating here. There is a chance that when you slide on that Rig Wrap rod sleeve, it could potentially get hooked into the mesh. Potentially, you take some work maybe. Come on, hook, get stuck in there. That's not working, so we're gonna force it through. There we go, now it's stuck in the mesh. So you can see real nice and close that this mesh is expandable like a Chinese finger trap. So it's really easy to push on it and create a larger hole. And if you push on it and create a larger hole, the hook just backs right through the mesh. And I'm through 2 layers here, so it's a little more difficult. So I got it through that first layer. Now I just need to open the mesh and get it through the second layer. And it just pops right out. So one more time, just for clarity, I'm just gonna forcefully hook it in the mesh. With this, it's super simple. You just push on the mesh together, it opens that hole. Make sure you can see where the hole is, push against from the barb, and it pops right out. So I'm done with the day of fishing. I have my flies secured. I'm just gonna slide on my Rig Wrap rod sleeve, nice and easy. Then I can adjust the length so I don't have any of this extra material hanging out. So all I'm doing is tucking it in and sliding it down. And I have it nice to the appropriate length. And then very easily, I can reach up and slide it smoothly and cleanly into my River Quiver. The other nice thing with the Rig Wrap is you don't have to find a way to store it when you're not using it. You can just leave it inside the quiver too. So I'll just reach up, grab my reel, use my fingers to keep the Rig Wrap from sliding out. Slide out past all my flies. Almost there. Pull my leader out, go fishing. At the end of the day, when you're ready to rig back up, just secure the flies on the guides and around the reel foot. And all you have to do is pull your Rig Wrap down the blank, all the way down to the cork, slide it back in, close your quiver, make sure it's locked, and you're secure and ready to go.